In today's video, we're going to take a look at Arcanine from the latest set, Lost Origins. It's got a lovely trainer gallery in the set as well. We have got a few of those, hopefully pull more, because I am planning to play this deck in real life as well. It's one I'm going to take to fun tournaments down at League. But don't let that fool you, because it's a powerful deck. It's one that packs a punch. It's one that's very consistent, and I'll show you how we've done that in the deck list. So here's the list we're working with. Obviously, we've started with Arcanine in this. Hisuian Arcanine, it's got very vulnerable. It does 10 plus. So it costs no energy, which is incredible. We only run 3 energy in this deck, and I'll explain why soon. Basically, if you've got no cards in your hand, this attack does 150 more damage. Unbelievable, it really is. And I'll show you some ways that we work our hand down in a moment, but we obviously run the Zoroark as well. So if our Arcanines are knocked out, we can Zoroark into them. We can also Zoroark into Cinccino to make it easy to discard some cards and draw more. We can Zorroark into Altaria, which lets us grab a supporter and put it on the top of our deck. We've also got Mightyena to help in that Mew matchup. And finally, the way we win games against other decks, Twilight Inspiration Slowbro, absolutely one of the most annoying things to come out of Pokemon Go. I absolutely love it. I love the art, I love the attack, I love it in this deck. Basically, he's the only reason we run these 3 Twin Energy. He's the only reason we run Piers, so we can grab a Zoroark later on and also grab one of these energies. If you don't know what his attack does, basically you can use it. If your opponent has exactly 1, take 2 prizes. So you want to try and set up the game, well, you want to just win it, but if you can't, you set up the game like this and win it that way. It's a very cheeky way. It's something people won't necessarily expect. I feel like before I go any further into this, I've watched Azul GG playing a lot of this. So a lot of this is inspired by him. I know he was speaking about trying Piers. I've tried it and it is seriously good. So shout out to him. Obviously go check him out on his channel, also his podcast. There's a ton of cool stuff coming from him. So thank you for this deck. I've been trying to get it to work, and a few of the cards I wasn't playing and I really like. Basically the engine here is grabbing, discard your hand and search your deck for 2 trainer cards, reveal them, then shuffle your deck. Makes it really easy to get no cards in hand. However, once we've got none in hand, we're in some trouble. That's where Radiant Venusaur comes in. So once at the end of your turn, after your attack, so your attack does work, you may then use the ability draw until you have 4. So you've constantly got 4 cards in hand, but you can also use this because it happens after your attack, which is absolutely perfect. We do also run an Oranguru, obviously with the Tempting Tune, which drops a support on the top of our deck. We can then grab it with this. It does also let us get cards out of our hand if we don't want to peony them away. There's a few uses for it. It's just super good in this. I think that's most of that explained. Other stuff is fairly standard. We just run a ton of item cards because we are running PokéStop, meaning we can hit a ton of this. We can grab what we need when we need it. It's just a ton of consistency. I can't believe how consistent this deck is. Honestly, I very rarely, if ever, miss a turn attacking with this. It's just, yeah, it's so good. I've loved playing this. Like I say, it's one I'm building myself. But let's see it in some matchups. All right, let's get into the first match with Arcanine. This is what I would say is a budget deck. There's not a lot of expensive cards in it. There's no big V-stars or anything like that. So I would say if you're looking for one to make, this is a pretty good one. Arcanines are cheap. Zoroarks are cheap. A lot of the supporters are cheap, to be honest. Peony isn't like an expensive supporter. There's not much in here. I'm trying to think. The Venusaur, Radiant Venusaur is probably the most expensive card. So if you're trying to make a deck on a budget and one that can actually compete with those bigger decks, then this is definitely one of them. This is going to be an awkward matchup because 1 prize matchups are always a little scary. Oh, did we just lose? Okay, we lost Piers. We do run Pal Pad, so we can get it back. Let's go. Quick ball away this. I'm going to be quite aggressive this turn, I think. I kind of want to keep these into next turn. We can't Peony, but we can draw back up with Venusaur. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go all out. Let's get as much on the bench as we can so we're safe. I think that might be... Obviously, we can't use it this turn. Do I keep that in the actives? The question. I don't think I do. It's fine. We've got the pivot if we need it, and let's draw 4 cards. We've also got the stadium to hit what we need. We've got a Pokégear now, so we should be okay. Hopefully hit someone off this heavy ball. Obviously should have checked what we had in the deck when we searched it, but that is on me. The thing about this is going second is huge because they're going to get the first knockout, which does mean this guy is going to be the difference. Obviously we can take 2 prizes when they're on 1, so we need to set that up. We need to be only 1 behind, so we need to match them. I do think potentially, the games I've tried before with this anyway, we can just beat the deck because we're more streamlined. Now I've said that, obviously this match isn't going to go that way, but let's see what happens. They could just, if they cycle draw, I think they might lose because we've got Slowbro. We can keep up tempo with them. Okay, so quick ball. Oh, okay, no more energy. So there's 1 energy there. We can grab a second. He could attach potentially if he's got 1 in hand. So he wouldn't have had the other Solrock. If he... Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, that's quite important. And he's got a Bruno for some cards. Maybe could have held that. Probably safe though. Play support for a turn at least. Okay, so they take first knockout. Now let's go up with Growlithe. Okay, so we can guarantee it. I am going to hit the PokéStop. That was a lot of Pokemon. Okay, that is slightly worrying. So, first off, let's get these back in the deck. So there's a chance off the Pokégear or higher chance. Let's hit one of these. Okay. I don't actually mind them in there since we didn't use them the first turn. And then let's Ultra Ball away these to grab our Pokemon. Let's go for Arcanine. Now the question here is, do I Peony, whatever it is? We might as well try and hit it at least. We need to play the card. So I could grab an Ordinary Rod to get some of my Growliths back in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Not entirely necessary this turn, but I do want to get other stuff set up because we've got nothing on the bench at the minute. Although, I'm just thinking I could quick ball and get someone on the bench, which is probably slightly better. Because I will need to evolve next turn, so I think I have to do this. I think I was forced into it, so let's get rid of that. We'll just grab... We need to save the Zoroark for the final, so we'll let these get knocked out first. I almost finished my turn then. And there's the knockout. There's so many ways to discard cards or find new cards. It's just... Arcanine is so powerful. And this engine around him is insane. I do think Oranguru is one of the better cards around at the minute. It helps massively with stuff like Lost Zone as well. Obviously taking a card and putting it on top means you can guarantee there is a bad card to Lost Zone. Stuff like VIP passes or stuff you don't need at the time. But yeah, it just adds to consistency. It gets rid of some of the randomness of the game, which is always important. Especially in this deck. Especially in Lost Zone decks. It might even be slightly better in those. But like you can see, he needs to get that out of the discard. He needs another Lunatone. We are just going to knock this out next turn regardless. So yeah, he needs to keep streaming stuff where we've just got a ton of options. Obviously we've got Growliths, we've got Zoras. So yeah, I think... So he has got it. So it does put the ball back in our court, but we have also got a quick ball for next turn. And he can't actually get the knockout. These are some tanky 1 prizes, and there is a scoop. He realizes his fate. If you miss even 1 prize in this matchup, it's done for. But let's jump into another one, try and find some V and VMaxes, V-Stars, and see how it gets on. Okay, let's jump into the second game. The problem with a single prize matchup, we always know who's going to win quite early on. It's very difficult to come back into it, especially if you miss a knockout. And we have Slowbro, which they probably saw in the discard. Makes it kind of difficult. Let's see how we get on in this one. A slightly different start. We have got Peony to get us going. We've got Oranguru, so we've got some good stuff. We'll probably put the Zoroark back this turn. Let's see. Okay, so we're against Mew. This is going to be interesting. So I probably could have kept that, but it does... They're not going to Romani. That's probably a mistake. Let's go like that. I say grab another... Let's grab the Venusaur. We're going to play our hand down, so why not? The thing here is, there's two different Mews now. There's the Mew that plays the Fusion Strike and is maybe slightly more clunky, and then there's a really streamlined version where it does just go for the power tablets and it uses... Okay, so forget what I said, it's the Fusion Strike version. I was just going to say they could use our stadium here, but obviously not. Playing it slightly safer, which I think maybe is the better deck still, but I don't know which version I prefer. If I played one, it would probably be the Fusion one, honestly. I think it's a little more proven, so it's a little safer, it feels like, but I don't know, it's a pretty terrible mindset to have when trying to pick or create decks. And that's it. I think we just... Can we just win here? Can we win here? I think we can. Right, so we definitely need to switch into thingy. Okay, I've already messed it up. I should have grabbed Mightyena, then grabbed another Evo Incense from this. I don't know if we can still do it now. So I can grab that and a quick ball. Yeah, we're fine. Although I almost messed it up. That also doesn't work. What am I thinking? Obviously, I think we do put that in the discard just to worry them. Let's do... Probably should have got the Arcanine there. Grab another one of these. We're a little at the mercy of this now because I haven't put an Arcanine in here. Right, so we do run Ordinary Rod, so... No, because we can't get it in the discard. Okay, we've messed up massively here. Yeah, that's really bad. Really bad. Oh, what am I doing? Serves me right. Serves me right for being so arrogant with the Mightyena. Oh god, that's bad. I think we're okay just because we can grab that when we need it now. But he is obviously going to get to bench stuff. He probably won't even evolve up, honestly. I don't see any reason why he would. I guess can't really knock us out like this. Let's see what he decides to do. Thankfully, he's not got much in his hand or much going for him. I think if they quit, we're going to have to just do another one because this isn't really showing the deck off. Also, I made some interesting mistakes. So he's just going to take the knockout into Zorua, I think. Oh, so I don't know why he wouldn't bring the Venusaur up. Okay, so Psychic Leap. That's fairly... I think maybe we go into this. Like I say, we can't actually knock it out with the Mightyena. So let's drop that there. Grab a Arcanine, or is the trainer gallery first? Do we hit the stadium here? I think we're gonna. A little bit annoying. We're gonna save one of them for next turn. So we'll evolve that. And we Peony, I think. What do we need here? I think we need to... We can use that to shuffle back in. I think we might bump the stadium just so they can't keep using it. And then we'll... Ordinary Rod. We'll go here and here. Is there anything that can get the knockout? We've already Peonied, so we can't grant, so I think we do just attack. You could probably run, like I have been toying with running the, oh, what is it? Choice Belts, which does help specifically in this matchup. It doesn't really help in many others. Obviously, you can get to 160, 190. You can get Grant going as well, but it's very difficult to... what we're going to do here. Let's go here. It's difficult to grant at the right times just because you have to get rid of 2 cards to do it. You don't always have the space to do it. Yeah, I don't know. It makes it slightly more tricky. I do think you can run 2 choice belts, especially with PokéStop. I don't know what I would take out though, is the only thing. We'll go through it after. Let me know in the comments what you would take out, because I do think if I actually run this in person, I will be putting choice belts in. Because like I said, it does help in the Mew matchup, which is always a difficult matchup for a lot of decks. So they are actually going to get going here. This is... Okay, so they have gone for the... They're going to leap back into deck, I assume. How did he heal 20? Am I missing something? Oh, it reduces. Oh, yeah, of course. Ignore that. I may have cut it out, so... Right, let's go to Zoroark. Yeah, we can't quite knock it out, so we are going to have to Zoroark this turn, which is unfortunate. Let's do that. Put that back in our deck. Hopefully find a card we can play. Let's do that. Oh, luckily we aren't Arcanine in this turn. We are going to Mightyena. And we are going to put that there if we need to retreat it. And we'll just wild tackle for knockout. Mightyena, Drapion, they've released so many stuff where it literally is just a middle finger to Mew. I feel bad because I love Mew as a Pokemon. I quite like the deck. I am honestly building it at the minute, so obviously I have some affinity for it. Yeah, I just love Mew as a Pokemon. Obviously in the original film it was like all the hype at the time. And that's never really gone away in Pokemon for me, so... Yeah, it's a cool deck. I know we need stuff to beat it. It just feels bad. Drapion feels bad, Mightyena feels bad. Because they're going to knock it out and I'm just going to do it again with Zoroark. It's just, it feels cruel. Okay, so he draws 3 there. If he can play stuff down, I don't think he's used his ability yet. Okay, so he's going to get those back as well. I've never seen a Mew struggle this much without Path in play. Only 1 off the Fusion Strike system. That is... Is that the nail in the coffin? To be fair, he's taken 2 prizes already, so... Turbo. That's got to hurt, yeah, and that's the concede, which is fair enough. I don't think he realised the turbo there. Because if he didn't have the turbo, that was a good move, but unfortunately... So let's go into... Do we grab one more? Let's grab one more. We'll grab a 3rd game. Why not? The other 2 were quite short, so let's try and show this deck off at its best. I'm going to focus in this one. Right, Zap Ditto. Phew, that was close. Yeah. Damn right. You are damn right. Oh, that's a terrible hand. He is going to think I'm playing some kind of Zoroark box, which is good, because obviously we are not. Well, we sort of are. It's not the best of starts. It means I'm going to have to waste an energy or my balloon here. But I always want my balloon on Venusaur because it does get bossed and stalled and other stuff. Let's go. We're not going to get to play a hand down, so let's just go for 1 of each. Put one of these back and see what we get. Okay, it's a slow start. He can retreat, attack. Yeah, so he can get going here. But we can just knock him out with Arcanine straight away. Before he gets to evolve. It depends what he does here. He has got a second one, which is smart. Obviously, we can Peony, so we maybe can boss one of these up. The fact that he's got 2 down means I can go for 2 rods as not rods, 2 catchers as well. And if I hit both, I can just pull the other one up. So, let's put one of these back because we'll need it later on. We are going to throw this hand away, so let's quick ball away. Probably should have grabbed something with... That's fine. Let's grab a Venusaur. And then let's Peony. Let's grab... I need the balloon, so I am actually reliant on 1 heads here. This is unfortunate. Oh, but it's good. Let's drag it up. There we go. Very vulnerable for knockout. Maybe another concede. Let's unmute him, see what he's got to say. Yeah, there it is. My guy. Good game, good game. Like I say, it's a good deck. It hits well into weaknesses. Obviously, Arceus is so versatile. It's in so many decks. Hopefully you've enjoyed this deck list. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed some of the reasons I put some of the cards in there. Like I say, I originally saw the deck on Azul GG's channel, so go and check that out. Go check out his podcast. Great guy, great content creator, just a really good guy in the Pokemon space. But that is all I've got for this video. If you want to see any other deck lists, drop them in the comments below. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will catch you in the next one.